It's coming at us thick and fast this morning. Fresh today, sources tell Fox News President Trump is expected to pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement. A firm decision from the president coming in the next few days. Joining me now, former Trump campaign manager Corey Lewandowski. Are we out, do you think, Corey? Because that would fulfill a campaign promise.
I think what you know about this president is that he has outlined a series of things that he wanted to accomplish on the campaign, and now he's ticking through them as the president, whether that's tax cuts, it's repealing and replacing Obamacare, or potentially the withdrawal of this terrible treaty. And what we know is this president has looked at this for the first time through the eyes of the American people. What happens if we actually stay in this? It costs us about $25 billion a year over a 10-year period. That's $250 billion, I think, is the number. And what it also does is, in order for us to meet the goals of the treaty, I think we have to reduce like 40,000 American factories, which is millions of jobs. And don't forget, China pays zero towards this. Other countries pay zero towards it. All the burden, once again, is on the United States to adhere to things that other countries aren't willing to do. And I think this president is looking at this and saying, I'm here as the president of the United States. Is this the right thing for our country? And if he comes to the decision, which I think he will, that it is not the right thing, he will remove us from this terrible idea.
Real fast, obviously, the Greens, the environmentalists, and Europeans are going to be outraged at this. There will be significant opposition, especially, I think, from Angela Merkel, Germany's leader. What say you to that, too? Very, very strong opposition.
Well, luckily he's not the Chancellor of Germany. He's the President of the United States. So, they can impose whatever they want. But what we know is this president looks at things, what is best for the United States and best for the people here and best for the people who are working every day. And we have factories and employment that needs to make sure it stays in this country and doesn't get outsourced. And by closing 40,000 factories to meet the criteria of this accord is not something that's in the best interest of the United States, in my opinion.
One more for you, Corey. Hours after Mike Dubke's resignation as White House Communications Director, hours after it was announced, President Trump sent a late-night tweet, and here it is. It reads, despite the constant negative press, covfefe. Can you explain this one for us, Corey, because the president has not straightened us out yet?
Well, he said, you're going to have to figure out what that means. And I don't know what it means, but I think it's pretty funny, to be honest with you. I think it shows a little bit of the humor that the president has, because he retweeted another one today that says, hey, figure out what that is.
But maybe you do know, I mean, you do know that people are saying, what on earth is going on? This is the President of the United States tweeting unintelligible words in the middle of the night. You understand that they're asking, what's going on?
Yeah, Stuart, you know what this is? This is the same thing it's always been. The president going directly to the American people. And, the uproar of the mainstream media because he put a word out that now everyone is talking about is amazing to me, right? I love the fact that he continues to go directly to the American people with his message and his tweets, and he pushes back on false narratives that take place. And you know what? He used a word that no one had heard of before. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. I think it's comical. And let's give him a little credit. Let's have a little levity for a change.
It's not a word. The Oxford English Dictionary, I do not think, has that in there. But anyway.
I think you're right.
I know I'm right. Corey, thanks for joining us, sir. We appreciate it.